most combat sports, everything is changing now. And now you see, now there's with, something you dabbed on with bare knuckle boxing, with Valor. And, and by the way, which, Rich and I we bought that pay-per-view.
We did.
And it was, awesome event, bring you back that UFC, old school, event, with the feeling. And what are your thoughts on now with, bare knuckle being, popular, how it is? Do you think it could be somewhere permanent state in the combat sports era?
Well, I've bet my career on it because I'm actually doing it. I've got Valor Bare Knuckle, which is my promotion. If you want to check it out, you go to valorbk.com. We're looking to do a show in January. We're not making an announcement yet as far as where and what, but we're working on some stuff and we'll make an announcement in the next few weeks. But I believe that that's the next big combat sport because it's fast action. Every punch counts. A jab, you can knock somebody down. And a lot of, that stigma of it being barbaric and dangerous is gone. I think we all understand it's a lot more safer to actually fight bare knuckle than it is with boxing gloves or MMA gloves because you're protecting a hand that can hit you 100 times instead of having to ease up your punches and hit the soft tissue. And it doesn't take that many times for you to go down. And people go, well, how's that possible? If you get knocked out with a bare knuckle and boxing gloves, you can keep going. I say it like this. If you have an egg and the egg has that yolk in there, and if you're shaking it, right? That thing inside there is bouncing off inside of that egg, right? So it doesn't really matter, right? So take your skull, for instance. Your skull is the same thing as an egg. There's fluid in there and there's a brain. And so that brain is kind of sitting in the middle of that skull. Now, other than a baseball bat, if I was to hit you with a pillow 100 times and I was to hit you with my fist 5 times, which one would be more dangerous? And everybody would go a fist. And it's like, because if you think about the brain and it's sitting inside of there, the hard surface on your skull, it doesn't matter how hard that is, the object hitting it. It matters that inside your head, that brain bounces off inside your skull 100 times, which means it's taking damage 100 times, as opposed to that knuckle that may cut you, that may cause bruises, may bleed. You may even break your nose, but that brain bounced off in there 7 times because it didn't matter how hard that was on the outside because your skull will take that. But the brain is still bouncing off in there, just as if you were to hit somebody with a pillow, their head is ratcheting back. So that means that brain is bouncing off in there. So I try to explain that to people is to think about how many times that brain bounces off in there, 100 or 7. So that's why you see boxers that walk around that had a 20 plus year career and they can't speak. Their words are slurred. Most of them are slow. That's what a continuous amount of punches, even with boxing gloves, will do to you long term.